In today's class, we will be talking about nature and components of attitudes. So, let us start with the class. So, nature and components of attitude. So, if you recall or remember, in a single day, whenever we talk about things, we always mention about how you particularly feel about a certain thing. In my opinion, it has to be like this, or in my opinion I feel dash dash. So we always put our opinions forward, right? But then if you think about it, how important are these opinions to you? Okay, so you just lightly feel about it, or just a way of thinking, or it really matters to you, okay, or it is extremely important to you. So suppose if someone opposes or challenges your views, then you get emotional. For example, having some stand about political parties, okay. So if you are a lot into politics, and then someone says something about the political ideology that you support, and then you get emotional about it, okay, then what happens? Then that means that you have an attitude, okay, regarding that topic. It's not just merely opinions, but you have an attitude, okay. So it's like that, okay. When there is an emotional component to it, then it is known as attitude. So all definitions of attitude agree that an attitude is a state of mind, a set of views or thoughts regarding some topic called the attitude object. So the opinions that we have about that particular event, thing or person is known as attitude object, okay. Like for example, if you have an attitude towards a political ideology or political party, then that political party or political ideology is an attitude object, which have an evaluative feature, that is positive, negative or neutral quality. Now suppose if you are a leftist supporter, okay, so you will have a positive attitude towards leftist ideology, okay. And suppose if you have a negative attitude towards leftist ideology, so you will have a negative, the evaluative feature will be negative, or sometimes it can be neutral also. You can politically be neutral. So it will be like, okay, the evaluative feature here in this example will be of neutral quality, that you are neutral about it. About leftist ideology or rightist ideology, you are neutral, okay, because you do not take any political stand, so your attitude is neutral. So, and it is accompanied by emotional component and a tendency to act in a particular way with regard to attitude object. The thought component is referred to as the cognitive aspect, and the emotional component is known as the affective aspect, and the tendency to act is called behavioral or cognitive aspect. So see, there are three components here. So the way you are thinking is the cognitive aspect. I support this political party, I have a positive attitude towards this particular ideology. So the thinking component is your cognitive aspect, and the emotional component is known as affective aspect. Now suppose you are a supporter of leftist ideology, and someone says that no, this is not the right way, and then you get emotional about it, and you also put forward your opinions, no, it's not like that, this and that. So that is the effective aspect, the emotional component, which is known as the affective aspect. And the tendency to act is called the behavioral aspect. So suppose you are a supporter of this particular political party, then you join a political party, you go for campaigns, and you talk to people in a way where you are making them understand the importance of having this political ideology and all that. So it is shown in your behavior, okay, that you have these attitude towards a certain political ideology, and it can be seen in your behavior. You are doing campaigns, you are putting posts in Facebook, you are putting your opinions forward, okay. So the ideologies that you have, you are behaving in that way. So these are the three components you will find in an attitude, and we can call a particular opinion an attitude if these particular components are present in a particular opinion: cognitive aspect, affective aspect, and behavioral aspect, okay. So taken together, these three aspects have been referred to as the ABC component, okay. So ABC component of an attitude. So and also remember that attitude themselves are not behavior, but they represent a tendency to behave or act in certain ways. So attitude is not behavior, but attitude motivates behavior. The way you are going to behave, suppose you have a positive attitude towards green environment, then you are going to keep your city green and clean. You won't throw papers and garbages anywhere that you want to. So your attitude, the kind of attitude that you have, will be shown in your behavior, but attitudes are not behaviors, okay. It motivates behavior, okay. So now let us not get confused with other concepts, okay. Usually what happens is that attitude, we always get confused attitude with other terms and terminologies, okay, other concepts. So two of these concepts are beliefs and values. So we are not supposed to get confused between these three terms, okay. So in the next slide we will be studying about the difference. So attitudes have to be distinguished from two other closely related concepts, namely beliefs and values, okay. So what are beliefs? Beliefs refer to the cognitive component of attitude and form the ground on which attitudes stand, such as belief in God or belief in democracy as a political ideology, okay. So beliefs are only the cognitive component of attitude, okay. There are other two components of an attitude, that is your affective aspect and your behavioral aspect, but beliefs are merely thoughts, okay, only the cognitive component of attitude, okay. So like you have belief in God or belief in democracy, it is confined only to beliefs. It is only confined to your thought process, that is your beliefs. Now coming to values. Values are attitudes or beliefs that contain a should or ought aspect, such as moral or ethical values. So when there is a should or ought, okay, in different cultures or it depends on our upbringing also, you have moral and ethical values. It shouldn't be like like this, or it has to be like this. So when there is a should or ought to be element in a thought process, in belief, then it becomes your values. So for example, one example of a value is the idea that one should work hard, or that one should always be honest, because honesty is the best policy. Values are formed when a particular belief or attitude becomes an inseparable part of the person's outlook of life. So yeah, that you can see that we all have different values. It depends on our upbringing, our family background, our culture. So we say that like one for example, then when guests come to your place, then we should offer them something. So it becomes a should. This is in our culture, this is our, in our value system, we say things like that. So when it becomes a should or ought to be, then we can say that these are values. Okay, so now you probably understand the difference between values, beliefs, and attitude. So attitude has three components. Beliefs are the cognitive component, that is the thinking component of an attitude. Values are beliefs uh, or attitude, but they contain a should or ought to be. Okay, that it has to be like that, or it should be like that. So it becomes your moral or ethical values, then it is known as your values. Okay, values are formed when a particular belief or attitude becomes an inseparable part of person's outlook on life. So we all have different ethical values, moral principles. Okay, if you try to think about it, think what kind of values you have. Okay, we always talk about these things. So while I am talking to you, while I am teaching you, please try to think about what values you have in your life. Okay, in addition to the effective cognitive and behavioral components, attitude also have other properties. Four significant features of attitude are valence, that is positivity or negativity, extremeness, simplicity or complexity, and centrality. So we will be talking about these features one by one in our next class uh, properly. Okay, so that is all for today's class. If you have any doubts or questions, you can ask your doubts. Thank you.